This video is for anyone that's been banned from MidJourney or doesn't want to get banned from MidJourney. And at the end of the video, I'll point you to 16 great alternatives. Hi, I'm AppyDave and I'm going to share what happened, the ban that I got, the $300 that I lost, what I believe is a misdiagnosis, and the frustration that I had dealing with MidJourney support. And then after that, I'm going to show you 16 beautiful alternatives to MidJourney. I've been using MidJourney since March last year, and I've created thousands of images that I've used a lot within my YouTube videos. But last year I did end up switching a fair bit over to DALL-E 3, mainly because I found it easier to work with within ChatGPT, and I'd already done a video showcasing 200 image comparisons between the two different products across 50 prompts. And in my opinion, DALL-E 3, while not as good as MidJourney, was a worthy contender. Last month I was talking at a tech summit and I needed some pretty good images for the presentation I was doing, so I ended up reactivating my MidJourney account. Now 1 week later I found myself having to upgrade because I'd used up all the credits that I had there, and I ended up spending $288. But it was great because the images I was able to generate for the tech summit presentation were just wonderful. Now, 2 weeks ago, I moved countries. I came over to Thailand, and not long after arriving, I started getting this particular error, creation failed on my MidJourney account. I headed over to Discord and saw this error that's saying accessing our services via automation, scripting, or third-party tools created a ban. Now, I started doing a bit of research to figure out what was going on because I hadn't done any automation or third-party scripting, and people had come up with these issues, banned due to billing not matching the home address. Okay, not my situation. Someone has talked about losing a $60 subscription and not being refunded. My situation is $288 because I spent it for a full year and I haven't been refunded either. Then we saw other sorts of issues with banning going on, and then this next one gave me a little bit of a clue to what might be the issue. This includes IP and email bans from Discord. So I headed over to an email and I wrote, I can't sign into MidJourney. I've checked the images. There's nothing that meets the fraud or the other issues that they listed. I'm an influencer and basically all the images that I do for YouTube. And that's important to understand because you can't do bad quality images on YouTube and get away with it. And what happened was I got this reply straight away from them saying severe repeated violations of terms and services, use of automation, scripting, APIs, engaging in reselling services. So none of this stuff was going on for me. And then we had this one. You should have received notifications in Discord informing you of this, that they would have appeared that you've interacted with a bot and copies should have been sent to you. Now, I've not received a direct message regarding that, so I'm not sure what's going on. The other thing that they've stated here is, as per the terms and conditions, refunds are not issued on banned accounts. So I thought, okay, where do I go now? So as I reviewed the forums again, it got me thinking about this IP address ban, and the reason it got me thinking about it is that a year and a half ago I came to Chiang Mai for 6 months, and while I was here I signed up to an American e-commerce platform. About 2 weeks later they sent me an email saying that I'd been banned and that I'd been banned for life. I could not get an account again, and I ended up in that particular situation sending details of my passport and my bank account details, and then funnily enough 4 months later when I was back in Australia I got a reversal. So that was a misdiagnosis going on. Now, 2 weeks ago, I found myself moving again back to Chiang Mai, and I was going via the Philippines. So the three places that I find myself in are Australia, where I'm either in Sydney or Brisbane. I find myself in Philippines, and I find myself in Thailand. I ended up sending a reply email to MidJourney stating that I hadn't violated any terms or conditions that I was aware of, and that I travel, and that means that I open on different computers computers with different IPs my MidJourney account, and all they did was reply stating, "We can't provide you with any additional information about your band. Band users are not eligible for a refund." So to be honest, I was a bit gutted by all of that and quite angry that I'd spent money only about 3 weeks earlier and it was all lost, and they won't even do the courtesy of communicating with me about it. Rather than get caught up in the resentment of dealing with MidJourney support, what I thought is it's time for a new relationship. Now here are 16 great alternatives to MidJourney, and if you've got any questions about them, then please drop a comment down below. Otherwise, like and subscribe, because the next video I'm going to go into detail on these 16 image generators and how they compare to the same prompt in MidJourney.